Welcome very much. This is Revival Restored TV, and if this happens to be your first time to come across this video, kindly consider subscribing. You can also leave your comment there, and you can also click the notification bell so that anytime we upload a video, you will be the first person to get the notification. And today, I want us to look something very important regarding relationship and courtship. I said last time that we spoke about marriage, that marriage is a very important institution and it was started by God. Now, today we have an honest conversation here. Before you get into marriage, of course, there is a relationship, that period of courtship, and before the marriage, we have relationship and courtship. So we are going to look the things that you are supposed to look where you are dating or where you are in a relationship or courtship that can help you before you get into marriage. We are going to highlight the red flags that can help you to know the type of person that you are dealing with. Because any bad marriage, it starts with bad relationship or courtship. So if you can be able to understand these red flags in this period of courtship, then you are not going to land in a bad marriage. And it is important to identify these red flags or to know the things that you are supposed to look to that person before you get married to him or her. Remember I told you last time that marriage is a life commitment contract. It is better you make any other mistake under the sun, but don't make mistake in the marriage because it is not reversible. And because I don't want you to make that mistake in marriage, I want to highlight those red flags that you can use. Because once you get there, it is better to have a broken courtship, to have a broken relationship than a broken marriage. Because marriage is a lifetime commitment. You cannot get out of it. Once you enter into it, there is no reverse gear. So it is important. And I usually say this, for you to have a good marriage, both of you must be good. The person that you want to marry must be as good as you. What do I mean here? When I was a young boy, I grew in a family of 4 siblings, and all of us, we were just gentlemen. We did not have a lady. I remember one day, my mother told me to fry some eggs. And because I was reading a novel, and you know when you are reading a novel, because your mind is stuck there, and you have that curiosity to know what is happening, you know, the novel will put you in a state of suspense. And here my mother told me I have to fry. There were 3 eggs, I remember very well. And because I wanted to do it so fast so that I can continue to read my novel. So what I did not use the right procedure for frying eggs. I know that most of you know how you are supposed to fry an egg, especially if they are more than 3. You are not supposed to put them in the frying pan. You are supposed to before you pour them in the frying pan, you are supposed to prepare each separately so that then you can pour in the frying pan. You can fry them then. But because I wanted to use shortcut so that I can continue to read my novel, what I did, I put the first egg in the frying pan, the second in the frying pan, and the third one. Now, the problem with the third one, it was rotten. It was bad egg. I didn't know. So all the eggs that I fried, it was a waste because I was trying to prepare omelette. But because the third egg was bad, it destroyed the previous eggs. What do I want to mean with this secret principle that I learned when I was a small boy? I learned that for a good marriage to exist, both partners must be good, not one. Both of them must be good. It's a mutual commitment. There is no shortcut about that. For marriage to work, both partners must be committed. There is no discussion about that. If one person is good and the other one is bad, it will be a mess. Just like how I messed the omelette. Just because the third egg was rotten. And that is why I'm saying it is important, very much important, to understand the red flag that you are supposed to look to the person that you are dating, so that you do not get into marriage that you are going to regret. You better make a mistake anywhere in life. If you make a mistake in buying a piece of land and you get conned, you can look for another land as long as you have money. If you make a mistake of buying a car, you can reverse that mistake. I mean, other mistakes that people may make in life, most of them are reversible. But when you make a mistake in marriage, there is no reverse gear. One of the things that you are supposed to look in marriage is that, is this in marriage or in courtship before you get into marriage? One thing that you are supposed to look in courtship, and actually before you get married, you are supposed, the minimum period that you are supposed to be in a relationship or in courtship should be 172 days. That's about 6 months. So that you can be able at least to understand and to know the characters of the other person. So the minimum period of time that you can date or that you can be in a courtship should be at least 172 days. Now, there are things that you are supposed to look in marriage so that you can know whether you can proceed to the next level. There are things that you're supposed to look in courtship before you can proceed to the next level of marriage. One of the things is the worship towards God. In this courtship that you are having, does it bring you closer to worshiping God, or does it make you to be far away from the worshiping of God? So if courtship is not making you to be a better person spiritually, because here you are looking kingdom marriage, and kingdom marriage can only be sustained by following kingdom principles. So if this courtship does not bring any worship towards your maker, if this courtship is making you to sin against God, if this courtship does not bring the best out of you, you should shun away from it. That is a very big red flag that it is going to fail in the next level of marriage. Because when you are dating, when you are in that courtship, this is a period of knowing the other person, and therefore it needs to make you to be a better person. But if this courtship is making you to be is making you to deteriorate, then There is no miracle that is going to happen in marriage. You know, I hear people saying that, you know, he's going to change. No, nothing like that. Marriage does not make a lizard to be crocodile. No, it just become a married lizard. So if this person, the characters that he's showing you or she's showing you are not good, they are not going to change even after marriage. So whenever you find that in your courtship or in your relationship, it does not make you to worship God, then you need to get out of that courtship. You need to get out of that relationship, because the relationship or the courtship should make you to be close towards God, should bring worship to God. Another thing that you're supposed to look that can help you is to look whether this person is committed toward the relationship. That is commitment. And when I talk about a commitment, there are many things that you can try to pick up in the period of courtship that can help you to know the kind of person that you are dealing with. If the person is not loving you, don't expect that he's going to change once he marry you. If the person is cheating in that courtship, don't think that he's going to change once you get married to him or her. So if the person is cheating when you are dating, when you are in courtship, I hear many ladies saying that, you know, I know that he's going to change. No, actually what he's going to do, he's going to amplify what he's doing. The thing that he's doing while you are dating, while you are in a relationship, he's going to amplify those things in the next level of marriage. So it is important to understand that when you see someone misbehaving and you are dating and you are in a courtship or relationship, don't be fooled that that person is going to change. I told you that marriage does not make a lizard to become a crocodile. It just make it to be a married lizard. It does not become a crocodile because of marriage. So what I'm saying, the things that is happening, you know, I usually tell people as a life coach that courtship and relationship is a rehearsal for marriage without sex. You have not gotten that. I think I'm wasting your time. I have said relationship and courtship is a rehearsal for marriage without sex. So the things that this guy is doing while you are dating, while you are in a relationship, don't think that this person is going to change once you get married to him or her. If this person is not submissive, don't think that once you marry him or her, then he's going to change. In fact, he's going to amplify that bad behavior, because now he has been able to win you. So don't be fooled that you can ignore some red flag that you are seeing in that courtship and you just assume them, because most people who get into a messy marriage is because of assuming things. You identify some character there, character defect there, some weird behavior there, and then you just assume. And then you say, maybe once we get married, he's going to change this. But once you get married, he doesn't change. She doesn't change. He doesn't love you. She doesn't submit to you. So there are those red flags that you can look that can help you to understand the kind of person that you are dealing with. So don't be fooled by saying that if this person is going to get into the next level of marriage, he's going to change. He will not change. There is nothing that is going to change him. So it is good to identify red flags when you are dating. If that guy is having weird behavior, Don't assume those weird behavior. Don't assume those red flags. If you have dated for 172 days, that guy has not introduced you to his mama, please run away. Run away. Murife. Run away. If you have dated for 1 year, that guy has not taken you to his parents, there is no introduction, then it means that person is just playing with your emotion. That person is not interested in commitment, because when you are going to the next level of marriage, this is commitment. And therefore, if this person cannot be able to introduce you to his relative, that is a red flag. If you tell him or her, you know, it is good, I know your people, you know my people, he doesn't want that. She doesn't want to do the same. That is an enough red flag that this courtship is just for passing time. It's like a campus relationship, just passing time. It is not heading anywhere, just wastage of time. So you need to get out of it. You need to have to gather that courage and bring that relationship to end. Because failure to do that, if you assume that and you get into marriage, then you'll not be able to come out of it. It's better to have that broken courtship. It is better to have that broken relationship than having a broken marriage. It is better to be hurt at that time of breaking that relationship. It is better to be cheated when you are dating, when you are in a courtship, than being cheated when you are already in marriage. So that is another red flag. A person who doesn't want to introduce you to his or her parent. Another thing that you can be able to know is that when this person is not concerned about your social welfare or about your emotions, maybe you have lost someone, maybe you have lost a job, but this person is not concerned about that. He's not concerned about how he can be able to improve you. If such is the case, then that is another red flag, that this person is there just for fun, if I can use that name, for fun. That person is not there to help you. That person is not interested for marriage. Because a person who is interested for a long-lasting marriage should show those signs in the courtship. Because courtship is a rehearsal for marriage without sex. And if that person try to tell you to have intimacy, that is another red flag. If that person cannot wait, cannot protect your holy fruits until marriage, you should get out of that marriage. As a Christian, that is not something to bargain about. If you are in courtship and the other partner is insisting that you must have intimacy, if you know what the language that they use, testing the road, you should get away from that relationship, because that is not love. That is, the person is just attracted because of to satisfy his own bodily feelings. A person who loves you is willing to wait. He doesn't threaten you that if you don't do this and this, then I'm not going to get out of this. Because for you to have a successful marriage, it must be mutual. Marriage is a two-way traffic. No matter how much you might be committed, if the other person is not committed, you cannot go anywhere in marriage. Both of you must be committed. But if one person is committed and the other person is not committed, then that marriage, there is nowhere it can be able to go. So it is important to understand that that person must be committed, must make you to worship God, must make you to be a better person. And that is why I usually say that it is important, don't marry an unbeliever, assuming that he's going to change. He's not going to do it. Don't be fooled by those small things. I usually tell people, it is better to marry late than to marry early and you do it wrongly. It is better you wait than to do it and then you make a mistake. Because the right partner that you choose. Remember, if you choose wrongly, you are also doing a disservice to your children. Because if you are a man, you choose the wrong lady, it means that even the mother of your children, the father of your children will have a bad dad. So it is important you understand these things. Don't just rush into things because other people are doing. Because one of the things that make people to get into a messy marriage is because of pressure. Don't be allowed to be pressured by your parents. Don't be pressured by your colleagues because they are getting married. Now you can do it. You can marry any person that comes along your way because other people are doing it, because your age mate have done it. No, this is something that you need to take a good time and think about it. At least take the minimum of 6 months to know the characters and personality of that person. Don't be fooled that you can see a person today, the next day you are married. Those are just emotions and feelings. And in marriage, it should surpass emotions and feeling. Because marriage is not all about sex. There are many things in marriage. You have to marry your good friend. So how can you know whether it's your friend if you have not interacted with him or her, so that you can be able to understand about his character, you can be able to know his behavior. So those are the things that you need to consider. Don't just rush to do things that you are going to regret later. Another issue that you need to do, whether that person is serious, is the way that he supports your aspiration and your dreams. For example, you want to study a certain course. That person should show some commitment and should be the first person to support your dream and to make you to become all that you want to become. If that person shatters your dream, then that is a red flag. Because a person who loves you, he will be able to support your dream because he know at the end of the day, you are going to be mine. But if he doesn't want you to become anything in life, he just wants you to be dependent on him. He doesn't want you to stand on your own feet. Then that should be another red flag. Why is it that he can't support you? Yet, at the end of the day, if you make it in life, for example, he support you and you do your course or you get a job, at the end of the day, all this education is going to help both of you if he is committed to marry you. So that's another thing that you need to look. Does this person support your dream? Does this person support what you do, what you believe in? Another thing that you also need to think about it, if this person doesn't allow you to know where he stays, where he fellowship, that is another red flag. Probably he's married. He's just playing with your feelings. So you need to understand that person and you know where he lives and you understand him before you become fully committed to him or her. I can repeat those points because I want you to get them right. I don't want you to make a mistake, please. If you get into a wrong marriage, this is a mistake that it sometimes become hard to reverse. And it have repercussion not only on you, but on your children. Because the children will be traumatized to grow without mother figure, to grow without father figure. So it is important. So this is not a joking, it's not something to joke. Sorry, someone is calling me. Yeah, so it is important to understand that it is important you understand that this thing. So those people who are calling me, I'm live, kindly give me some minutes. Yeah, I can see many people tuned in. Those who are joining for the first time, kindly subscribe. You can as well share. There are those people who are calling me. Kindly give me some minutes. I'll get back to you. So it is important that you understand those principles so that you do not find yourself in a mess. Thank you, guys. We shall continue to interact. Kindly subscribe, share. You can leave your comment there. You can ask any question, and I know that you are going to help each other. Thank you.